Hello students, welcome to Trunkie Academy, and today we will study about we already studied about the fertilization, development of embryo, okay, then parturition and the lactation. Okay. Now we'll study about the birth control and the population. And with regard to this reproductive health, there are some topics which are important for your exam. Okay, so untreated STDs in women mainly. So when we talk about the STDs, means sexually transmitted disease in men and women is dangerous and can lead to, and especially in women, it lead to pelvic inflammatory disease, then PID, this is called PID, and this is abortions, okay, because there will be complication. Stillbirth means the child is not showing any movement and may be dead, okay, and also ectopic pregnancies, okay. So there will be problem with this, all these things. Please remember that when we talk about this STDs, they are of different types, okay. This may be bacterial or viral, okay. This is infectious disease. So while having the sexual intercourse, it should be there should be important things that one should know and must prevent from the things that may lead to STDs or sexually transmitted disease. Okay, hygiene is very important, and also if somebody is infected with any kind of disease, so sexual intercourse should not be done, because that will lead to the spread of that disease. Okay. Now, a normal pregnancy that occurs outside the uterus and the fetus generally cannot survive. Ectopic, when you say ectopic, okay, abnormal pregnancy that occurs outside the uterus, just imagine, okay, and the fetus generally cannot survive. Infertility or even cancer of the reproductive tract. So all these things should be kept in mind. And then age group of 15 to 24 years is more prone to faces a high risk. Okay, the females with the age group of 15 to 24 years, they are more prone. Years are more prone to facing this kind of problem. Okay, high risk. They are at high risk. Okay, major threat to healthy society. When this STD is untreated, and when somebody is suffering from STD, any kind of sexually transmitted disease, okay, and that woman, a female, is having sexual intercourse with other males, okay, and then if that particular male is again having sexual intercourse with other person, okay, so that may lead to a spread of disease to so many people. So it is a kind of a threat, major threat to healthy society. Reproductive health care programs are there, and they are meant for the protection of these things, okay, and these to bring the awareness, to bring for prevention of this kind of STDs and that is spread, okay, early detection of this disease, and then cure of these STDs. Okay, these are the things which are done by the healthcare programs. Okay. Now, preventive measures are also there by which we need to prevent from this disease and prevent the spread of this disease. Okay, avoiding sex with unknown and multiple partners. Yes. Okay, unknown partners, we don't know whether that particular person has some kind of infection, some kind of viral infection, or some kind of bacterial infection, or any STDs which may spread to the partner who will have the sexual intercourse. So unknown person and multiple partner, sex should be avoided. Using condom is very important and compulsory. Condom prevents the spread of disease, because since condom covers the penis, whole penis, okay, so there is no contamination, there is no chance of contacting of the virus or bacteria if vagina or the external genitalia, labia major, labia minor or labia major are infected with that. So there is less chance or no chance of contacting or getting infected from that partner. Okay, so using a condom is one of the is during the coitus, sexual intercourse, using condom is important and compulsory. Okay. Consulting qualified doctor for early detection of STDs and getting complete treatment. Yes, because the more delay it will be, more dangerous it will become. Okay, because that infection will spread to more and more area. Okay, and more tissue, and making the disease more complex and worst situation worst. Okay, so early it is detected, it will be easy for controlling the disease and curing and treating the disease. Okay, so qualified doctor should be consulted and should be treated as early as possible. Okay, complete treatment should be done in case of infection. Okay, this are talking about infection. Birth control need and methods. Oh yeah, this is the need actually, because nowadays the population is increasing everywhere. We see the resources that is available on Earth has some limitation, but the birth in some, like in China and some, in India, the birth is at a very high rate. Okay, so there is a need and methods. Okay, the probable reason for growth rate are decline in death rate. Nowadays, as compared to the few decades ago, like you can say in the past century, not in the current century, if you go to the past century, okay, we said the medical, as compared to those time and nowadays, medical science has improved and it has been advanced. Okay, and the death rate has been decreased because of the good medical facilities and the good treatment available for the people. So that may be one of the reasons, that is that the death rate has declined, and so automatically the mortality rate in infant rate mortality rate has this mortality rate and maternal mortality rate has declined, and due to which the growth rate has become high. Okay, MMR, maternity mortality rate also decreased, and IMR, infant mortality rate. So we will use this term MMR or IMR. MMR means maternal mortality rate. We have heard about in past history that some of the mothers, they used to die after giving birth. But this has been issued because if there is a chance of complication, what the doctors are doing, they are just doing the cesarean, okay, or some C-section. They cut and take out the fetus, a fully developed fetus, the child, from the womb of the mother. So there is a chance of dying. Okay. So that maternal mortality rate has declined or decreased because of the good medical facilities and the to protect the mother. Okay, the new techniques have evolved. Okay, IMR is also is decreased because some infants, they used to die in early stage or they just after birth. So as soon as the childbirth takes place, there are some injections, there are some vaccine, and there are so many different types of medicines that protect the child, and they grow and they develop into an adult. So this is also these are the reasons. The death rate, maternal mortality rate, and infant mortality rate has been declined. So there is the high rate of growth has become high. Okay, do you know that according to 2011 census, population growth rate is still around 1.6%. Okay, annual percentage. So that means how to overcome population explosion, because population is increasing at very high rate. So how to overcome this population explosion or very high rate of population? Okay, solution by birth control. Yes, so solution is the birth control. There is control in the birth. If the less number of child are born, then automatically there will be less number, population will be less. Okay, if birth rate is very high, okay, so many children are born, then automatically there will be population will be very high. Okay, so People should be motivated to have smaller families by using various contraceptive methods. This is important. People should be motivated. There should be kind of awareness program for the people to have smaller families, okay, by using contraceptive method. Two measures taken by government are a statutory raise of marriageable age of female to 18 and that of male to 21. Now this age is also revised, okay, recently. So the age has been raised so that if the number of the child, okay, born from one female will be less. Okay. Providing incentives to couples with smaller families. This is a very good idea. Okay, because there are some people in even nowadays also they call some incentives. Okay, they are keeping their family small. So these are the steps taken by the government so that population can be controlled over the population explosion. Now we will study about the contraception. Contraception means the prevention, control to prevent from the pregnancy, to prevent from conceiving. Okay, so there should be some kind of so there are so many different method of contraception which helps in the prevention of pregnancy or becoming conceived. Okay, so intentional prevention of conception, fertilization. Okay, preventing fertilization, okay, by natural or artificial means. Okay, that is the contraception. Okay, so against the fertilization, that means we have a target. Whatever the method we are using for contraception, that should target to avoid fertilization. There should be against the fertilization. So if fertilization is prevented, means there will be no means the formation of zygote, and there is no formation of embryo, and there will be no pregnancy. Okay, so an ideal contraceptive prevents pregnancy by interfering with ovulation, fertilization, and implantation. Okay, so ovulation, there are some medicines that interfere with ovulation, so ovums are not produced. Okay, and there are some contraceptive method that prevents fertilization. Okay, ovum will be produced, but sperm will not fertilize the. For example, using of condoms. Okay, there will be production of ovum egg cell, but the sperm cell will not reach to the ovum because that the semen is discharged within the condom only. So there is no question of traveling of the sperm cell to the into the body of the female and to the egg cell or ovum. Okay, and also preventing somehow if fertilization has taken place to prevent the implantation. Okay, so there is also a method where implantation is protected, so there will be no pregnancy further. Okay, so qualities of an ideal contraceptive. We should also keep in our mind that there should be contraceptive should be in such a quality that it should not interfere with the health of the persons. Okay, so that is also very important point. Okay, it should be user friendly, easy to use, and easily available. Okay, effective and reversible with no or less side effects. Okay, if there has been some side, it should be very less, or it should be reversed. Okay, because if somebody is using some medicines, okay, and that has got some drastic effect on the body, so that is not a good or ideal contraceptive. Okay, so it has to be user friendly and should be easily available in the market, and should be it should not cause harsh or harmful effects on the body by using this. Okay, or does not affect the sexual life of the user. If some of the contraceptive it is going to affect the sexual life, so then the people will be frustrated and they may not use this contraceptive, and they may end to have the pregnancy again. Okay, so these are the points which are important and should be kept in the mind. That okay. Now, contraceptive methods. Okay, natural and traditional methods. Okay. In past also we know that people used to wanted to prevent the conception or fertilization, and they used some natural and traditional method. Okay, barriers Barrier means forming a barrier or blockage. Okay, not allowing the sperm to reach the ovum for fertilization. So barrier, forming a barrier. Okay. So another is the intrauterine devices. In the uterine devices, there will be some kind of devices that will be fitted that will not allow the development of embryo or implantation. Okay. So IUDs is called IUD. Okay. Now oral contraceptive pills. There is some kind of medicine which the female takes and that interferes with the hormonal cycle. Okay, and that disbalance in the hormones. Okay, that will interfere with the production of egg cell or ovum, and ovum will not be produced, or it will interfere the ovulation, and there may not be ovulation. Okay, and then thus there will be no fertilization. Okay, so oral contraceptive, injectables, implants, vaginal rings, and skin patches. Okay, injected. Some kinds of injections are also there that interferes with the ovulation, and ovulation is hampered, and ovum is not produced. Implant, some kind of implant is used. Okay, some kind of devices, or even some kind of implants. Okay, with some chemical substances is used to prevent the fertilization. Vaginal rings, that is kept to prevent for the fertilization or blockage. Okay, skin patches means the skin patches are used. So skin patches is used to, that will act as some kind of chemical substances from there, and that will interfere with the hormonal and ovulation process, and that will prevent the pregnancy. Okay, surgical method by surgery, cutting and blocking the pathways of travel of the ovum and sperm. Okay, in male and female. So this surgical method is used in both male and female by surgery, cutting and then blocking with the artificially blocking the pathways of the traveling of the ovum or egg cell and the sperm cell. Okay, so that now natural methods of contraception, also called as traditional method. Okay, that is means prevention and depends on the principle of avoiding chances of sperm meeting the ovum. Okay, so it reduces or it avoids the chances of meeting the chances of sperm to meet the ovum. Okay, so how many types are there? There are three types. One is periodic abstinence. In this method, couples avoid or abstain from coitus from 10th to the 17th day of menstrual cycle. But this is not 100% effective. Okay, this natural method. Okay, whatever you said, we saw that the ring, the patches, the IUDs, all. Nowadays it is used. That is not actually the in the past history they do. But in the past history, this periodic abstinence were the method to avoid contraception, to avoid pregnancy, to avoid fertilization. Okay, so in this method, couples avoid or abstain from coitus or sexual intercourse from 10th to 17th day of the menstrual cycle, because that time the ovum is fully formed. The chances of pregnancy is very high during 10th and 17th day of the menstrual cycle. Okay, so it's considerable as the fertile period, because at that time it is fully the egg is fully matured. Okay, and ovulation occurs, and the release of the egg cell occurs at the 14th day. Okay, or it may be a little earlier than the 14th. So from 10th to 17th, people they avoid the sexual intercourse, but this is not as effective as the other contraceptive methods. Okay, so this is the one. Again, sexual intercourse or mating should be avoided. Coitus interruptus while right before the ejaculation. Okay, so penis is withdrawn from the vagina, and discharging of the semen is not allowed, so that fertilization will not take place. Okay, so withdrawal of the sexual intercourse at that time, right before the ejaculation. Okay, But this is also not all the natural methods which are used in past, they're not so effective. Even somebody is withdrawing the penis or external genitalia penis from the vagina of the female, okay, there is chance, there is some percentage of chance that sperm has already entered and may swim to the egg cell, okay, and there may be fertilization, and the female may conceive, and there will be a pregnancy, okay. So this is also not, but chances are less, but although chances are less, but not 100% effective. Then withdrawal, that means, and then in this method, the male partner withdraws his penis from the vagina just before ejaculation, as I have already told you, okay. And what is the advantage of this method? Then this step avoids insemination, releasing of sperms into the female's body, okay. This avoids, but this is not 100% successful sometimes, okay. Lactational amenorrhea method, okay. This is another method. Ovulation generally will not occur during the period of intense lactation by the mother following parturition. Right after the delivery of the child, okay, menstruation, and during the mother is lactating, okay, feeding the child, feeding the baby child, and feeding the infant, okay, that time ovulation is not occurring, okay. Right from the fertilization has occurred, sperm is fertilized, okay, and the whole pregnancy has occurred, and until the 9 months, 38 weeks, and after the birth also, menstruation cycle they will stop temporarily, okay. Ovulation, the formation of ovum will not take place generally during the period of intense, when there is a large quantity of milk is being produced for the feeding to the child, okay. That time after the delivery of the child, that means after parturition, there will be no ovulation, no formation of ovum. So that is a time where there can be the sexual intercourse which is not going to fertilize, and there is no conception again and no fertilization, okay. After that, now some couples utilize contraceptive benefits of this method, okay, and to avoid the pregnancy. Effective only up to maximum of 6 months following parturition, okay. But after 6 months, normally again that normal menstrual cycle will begin, that period will begin, the menstruation will begin, okay. Again there will be formation of the ovum and egg cell, okay, and again there will be chance of the contraception, chance of conception and the fertilization and pregnancy, okay. So this may be effective up to only 6 months after delivery or after parturition, okay. And after that, again, if the menstrual cycle will begin and the period will start, then there is it's not an effective method, okay. What is the advantage of this method? So some couples utilize the contraceptive benefits of this method, so this period may be used for avoiding the pregnancy, okay. Effective only up to maximum of 60, I have already told you. Now we will go through some questions. Lactational amenorrhea is effective up to maximum period of, I have already just now I explained, 8 months following parturition, 4 months following parturition, or 6 months following parturition, or 2 months. It is the right answer is the 6 months following parturition. In some cases it will be more than 6 months also, but generally average, a good healthy person, female, will have the 6 months, okay. In some cases it may be more than 6 months also. Now that the doctor says it may go up to 11 or 12 months also, okay. But that is due to the different health condition of the mother or the female, okay. But a normal average or healthy female will have this period up to only 6 months after the delivery of the child or parturition, okay. An ideal contraceptive for females to delay pregnancy is barrier method or IUDs, oral administration, or it is the bots. So ideal, I told you, it has to be IUD. If you compare among all these, okay, so intrauterine device, it is 100% confirmed that it will an ideal condition for female to delay pregnancy. Oh, for the delaying, yes, it is intrauterine devices. Okay, that I have already explained about this. Intrauterine device is inserted in the uterine wall in the uterus. Okay, so that will delay the pregnancy. The chances of fertilization are very high during 14th to 18th day of menstrual cycle, or it is from 10th to 17th day, or it is from 16th to 18th day of menstrual cycle, or it is from 18th. No, it is so mid. So normally, if for a healthy female, the period should this cycle should continue after every 28 days. So mid one is the 14th day. So 14th day is considered as the ovulation or the release of the mature egg. Okay, for which is ready for fertilization. So 14th. So before 14th, 4 days before the 14th and 3 days after the 14th. So that will be the 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle has the very high chances of pregnancy. Whoever will have this intercourse, okay, and will try to use this withdrawal method, it may not be possible, and there is chance of pregnancy. So from 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle will have very high chances of pregnancy, because the ovum egg cell is released by ovulation. Okay, so now barrier method of contraception. How is it? So sperms are prevented from physically meeting with ovum, not allowing the sperm to go to the ovum egg cell and not fertilizing. Okay, so how is this achieved? Now there are some by barrier method, by not allowing, blocking. Okay, the popular barrier method and easy to use is the use of condoms, and these males normally male condoms are available, and male should use these condoms so that the semen that are ejaculated from the penis will not move to the into the vagina of the females, and it will released into the condoms only. So the semen which is released from the penis will remain in the condoms only, and it is not going to fertilize the egg. Okay. Female condoms are also available, but the male condoms are mainly popular and famous and widely used and easy to use. Since female condom is a little difficult, so male and female condom both are available, but male condoms are more widely used. What are made up of? These are thin rubber or latex sheath. It's very thin. Okay, that covers the whole penis, and there is some kind of space at the lower region, at the tip of the penis, which will accommodate the semen released after ejaculation. Okay, now condom covers the penis in male and covers the cervix or vagina in female. If the female condoms are used, it will cover the vagina or cervix in the female. Okay. What is its function in female? That is for covering the cervix or vagina, so that if the semen is released after ejaculation, that will not reach to the ovum or egg cell. Okay, so no fertilization and no conception will take place. Okay, so no. Prevents ejaculated semen from entering to the uterus and then going to the ovum. Okay, that I already explained you. In India, easily wearable popular brand of condoms for male is Nirodh. It is marketed by the government of India. So this is the Nirodh. In Hindi, it means to prevent. Nirodh means to prevent. Okay, in Hindi. Gives an additional benefit. Provides protection from contracting STD, sexually transmitted. Yes. Even it's not only preventing the fertilization or pregnancy, but also protecting the partners from contracting or spreading the sexually transmitted disease. If somebody is infected with some bacterial disease or viral disease in the genital area, or there is some kind of infections, okay, harmful infections, so that is also prevented by use of condoms. Okay. Female barriers are also there, the diaphragms, okay, which are also acts as the barriers and physically not allowing the sperm cell to go to the cervical caps. Okay, then vaults. These are we'll study in detail now. These are the reusable. The condoms one used is thrown and it's not usable. It's disposable. but diaphragm, cervical caps, vaults are reusable. Okay, other barriers. These are the different other barriers, female barriers. Okay. Spermicidal cream foams. Okay, which kill the sperm cell. Okay, some foams are there. Okay, and jellies are there. So these foams and jellies are applied. Into the vagina or the cervix, so that the sperm which will be released, okay, or semen that will be released will be killed by these spermicidal creams, foams or jellies. Okay. Now we'll go to the questions again. Read the following. Both male and female condoms are disposable. Balls, cervical caps. Now I'll tell you the balls. These balls, cervical caps, and diaphragm are the barrier. Okay, that can be used again and again, may be used, but there are some kind of structure. Okay, that is used to prevent the physical meeting of the sperms and semen to the ovum. Okay, and so read the following. After this question, after this reading, there will be a question. Both male and female condoms are disposable. Balls, cervical caps, diaphragm are barriers. Spermicidal cream, jellies, foams are used for early conception. Okay, and early barriers are not early conception, prevention of early conception. Okay, number 3 is spermicidal cream, jellies, foams are used for prevention of early conception. Okay, once the conception has taken place, so there are some kind of tablets, medicines, or pills that is taken after 72 hours also after the sexual intercourse or sexual intercourse, so that will prevent the pregnancy. But this spermicidal cream, okay, and jellies, foams are used should be used immediately to kill the sperms. Okay, if the sperms are not killed, so they will move. They have ability to swim. Okay, and they will fertilize the egg cell. Barriers are reusable and made of rubber, as I like told you in this like condoms. The correct combinations are only 1 and 4, only 1 and 3, or 1, 2 and 4, or all. Both may are disposable. Yes, balls and cervical are barriers. I think. Okay. So this is deliberately written wrong to choose the correct answer. Number 3. So it is the 1, 2, and 4. So 3 is wrong. For early conception, that's wrong. So deliberately, the question is written wrong. So choose the correct answer from the 4 options given. Okay. So in the NEET examination, there are questions like this where there will be some question to make you confused. But this is very easy actually, very easy. And 1, 2, and 4. So both male and female condoms are disposable. Number 2, vaults, cervical caps, and diaphragms are barriers. Okay, and barriers are reusable and made of rubber. Yes, like I told you in the beginning also, while teaching the what is made up of. The condoms are made up of latex or rubber, etc. Okay, so intrauterine devices. Now I was telling you that we will discuss again later on. So now intrauterine devices come. So abbreviation is IUDs. Okay, IUD, intrauterine devices. Now what is this? We will see. Devices inserted into the uterus through vagina. A certain kind of device is inserted through the vagina and into the uterus, so that there will be no traveling of the semen to the ovum or egg cell. Okay, it blocks. So okay, are of different types. IUDs are different types. Okay, and non-medicated IUDs where there is no medicine is applied. Lips loop. This is called lips loop, a kind of loop like a structure. Okay, or made of metal. Okay. A copper releasing IUDs. Okay, made of copper, and the copper is released. Okay, and it's called CUT. Copper T or CUT is also called, or CU7. There are another type. Okay, or multi-load 375. These are different names of the copper releasing IUDs or copper IUDs. Okay, they're different names. So hormones releasing IUDs, progesterone means the kind of hormone which will prevent from conception. Okay, LNG20. These are the IUDs that will comes under hormone releasing IUDs. IUDs that will release hormone from there. From that IUDs, some hormone will be released, and that will prevent the conception. Okay, LNG20 level. Now, the number one is the thickness of the cervical mucus. Okay, you can see. Then this is the inhibition of this. Now, what happens? Cervical mucus will be thickened, because when this is applied, okay. Now, inhibition is sperm. Now, after the applying, just look at this diagram. Copper, you can see intrauterine device after inserting into the uterus, okay, through vagina. This is inhibiting. So this is structure. I'll write here. I'll just mark it here with the red here. This is blocking, no, right? So I'm writing. So this has blocked. You can see this has come from here, the black line. So this intrauterine device is blocking both the side, left and right. Okay. After release of semen and sperm, when the sperm will, that will strike and there and will be not able to move further. So that will prevent from meeting the egg cell. Okay. So this is inhibition. Now this is the number 3. Thinning of the lining of uterus. It causes the thinning of the lining, because since this is placed under this, so it will cause a thinning of the, because there are some kind of intrauterine that release some hormones also. Okay, so how this multi-load IUDC, this is the one. Okay, I told you multi-load IUD that has copper. Okay, and this is placed into the uterus through vagina and promotes phagocytosis of sperms within uterus. Now the phagocytosis means what? Means eating of the sperm cells. Phagocytosis means killing and eating of the cell. Okay, which cell? Spermatocell, or spermatozoa or sperm cell. So this multiple load, this will promote the sperm killing of sperm cells. Okay, phagocyte within the uterus by multiple load. Okay, multiple load intrauterine devices. How it is caused? You see, by white blood corpuscles. White blood corpuscles, white blood cells or leukocytes. They act on the sperm cells to kill and phagocytose the sperm cell. The released copper ions suppress the motility. Okay, the copper ions released from the copper that is present in the intrauterine device, which is placed in the uterus. Okay, that will release some copper ions, and it has very important role that will suppress the motility and visibility and fertilizing capacity of the spermatozoa. Okay, so thus it prevents the fertilization. Okay, hormone releasing IUDs makes the uterus unsuitable for implantation and the cervix hostile, antagonistic to him. So it creates such an environment that hormone which is released from the IUD that is inserted into the uterine, that will release some periodically some kind of hormones, okay, chemical substances that will make unsuitable or uterus unsuitable, the environment unsuitable in the uterus for implantation of the embryo. Okay, so there will be no chance of implantation and further growth of the embryo. Okay, so that it is that's how it's prevented. IUD is ideal contraceptive method for females. It is used in females. Okay, and it is ideal for female, and it can be, since it is being used in the uterine in the uterus, so it is ideal for female. Okay, so IUD is widely accepted method of contraceptive in India. Those who want to stop the child birth and want to prevent the fertilization and conception, they are using this method. Okay, so non-medicated IUDs are lips loop or CUT or CU7 or multiple 3 it's lips loop. Okay, there is no medication, there is no release of any chemicals or hormones. Okay, progestastat is a hormone releasing IUD or copper releasing IUD or non-medicated IUD or both 1 and 2. It is hormone releasing IUD. Okay, this will release a kind of hormone. Okay, and that will prevent the conception and fertilization. Okay, these the effective and popular method used to prevent the meeting of sperm with ovum is the use of intrauterine devices or condoms or diaphragm or valves. So it is condom, most effective and popularly used. Popularly used is the condoms. Okay, copper releasing IUDs are COT, CSN, multi-load, all are the copper releasing, okay, that we already studied. So hormone releasing IODs are LNG or COT, no, lips is not, multi-load, okay. So it is the LNG is the hormone releasing. There is a project asset is also the hormone releasing. Along with that, LNG is also hormone releasing IOD. Okay, so this was all about the birth control, contraception, methods of contraception. Okay, and right after the class, we'll send you the DPP. Okay, and we have to go through that and download that. So I will show you. You go to Academic Booster and you click on the resources and click on writing material and check the topic which has been taught today and download that, write the correct answer and send back to us. Okay, so this much for today. Tomorrow again we will meet at the same time. Thank you for joining and listening. Let us meet tomorrow again at the same time. Till then, goodbye. Okay, now you can leave the meeting. Thank you.